Alright, let's start the video. Change yourself, then the world changes for you. So, this is actually a common topic that most influencers are talking about, and it's really interesting that when you change yourself, when you upgrade your character, your personality, the world suddenly starts to change for yourself, because as men we are supposed to level up ourselves, we are supposed to level up our skills, and we all know that we are here in this world for a reason. We have a mission to do, we have something to conquer on this earth, and there's a lot to do in this world in total. So yes, actually I wanted to make this video for people who don't want to start the self-improvement journey. They're not sure what they want to do in their life, and they're still playing video games. They're still watching content on YouTube. They're scrolling and some other bad habits they have that they don't seem that actually they want to quit them. They want to actually quit those bad habits, because those bad habits are destructive as fuck actually, because video games, for example, let's start with video games. And when you look at video games in total, there's a viewpoint which literally shows that these actually video games are made by some software developers. So there are some software developers around the world that has made these video games to be fun enough, to be entertaining enough, to waste your time, and to actually ruin your dopamine receptors, fry your dopamine receptors at all. Because if they weren't fun enough, then why should we even be eager to actually play video games in our life? I'm sorry. Me, actually, I was playing myself a lot of video games for a lot of time when I was 12, 11, 12, 13. And my parents actually bought me a tablet specifically for playing video games. Now, of course, I could use better from that tablet. I could have more actually things getting done on that tablet. I could learn a new language. At that age, I could at least learn a language by installing some apps, or let's say the minimum thing I could do at that age, because when you're 11, 12, you don't know anything at all in your life. But when you grow actually more and you gain age, you understand a lot of things. Especially we as men, we experience a lot of things during the periods of our ages. So yeah, I was playing a lot of games for lots of hours along the day, and I can actually remember that when I used to finish them, my eyes were frying. I had to wash my face, to get my eyes a little actually cooler, and then back to playing video games. And I think one of the most popular ones that I used to spend lots of time on it was Call of Duty. Call of Duty, Fortnite, PUBG, and some other games like that. They are most popular around the world and are still popular. And a lot of my classmates also used to actually play them now. I have classmates in class that, as we go and meet each other, they say, "Oh, I'm gonna go home, and one thing I'm gonna do for my rest is playing video games." Actually, I wanted to talk about something else according to my scripts, but in general, let me summarize this up to you. Why games are bad, totally. So, the masculinity, I think you have heard this word lots of times by Andrew Tate, by some other guys in YouTube. Masculine energy is filled with purpose. It is absolutely filled with purpose, and the feminine energy is the opposite of that. I don't know much about feminine energy, but the masculine energy in total is about purpose. It's about having a purpose, finding it, and then just going to pursue that. But these games get you addicted for giving you another purpose. For example, you can't really focus on your studies or school because you have a purpose that in Call of Duty, for example, I'm gonna gain 10 more XPs by killing, I don't know, actually, what was that word? By headshots. Yeah, I'm gonna gain more, for example, scores or XPs by doing that. And suddenly your brain starts to form new ideas to get that goal for yourself, because it's because our brain system. But in general, when you go through your life, you're always thinking of the ways to achieve that 10 more XPs or that headshot I said earlier. So it is for that. You are not focused. Your attention span is ruined. You can't focus on anything particular for even 1 minute. And I think it is a really bad time to be in, especially as a young teenager. And this is what Matrix wants you. This is what actually the whole system wants you. This situation, this system, the Matrix wants you to be in, to exactly pursue another mission, another purpose, another thing. And when you set a goal for yourself, when you actually go and pursue that, suddenly you're like masculine. You feel the masculinity energy inside of you. It's not some testosterone boosting videos you've watched on YouTube, for example. It's simply setting a goal and sticking to it and working towards it. and dedicating as much as thoughts you can to that particular goal you have set for yourself. And number two is what actually stops you to quit these addictions is your limiting beliefs. We have these limiting beliefs all over the space of the internet, our daily communications inside of our family. And for example, let me make an example for you guys of a limiting belief I had. For example, when I was studying in school, and I used to actually not to get good grades on an exam. For example, I used to cope and say, those who got better grades than me, they're super genius. I'm not like them. And I used to tell this to my mom. I used to come home and tell her that actually the exam was really hard. It was complicated. It was super difficult to solve the problems. And I think I was at 10 or 11, something like that. And I used to say, Mom, those guys who got better grades than me, they were genius. They did something else. And they did something strange. And I knew myself in the bottom of my heart. I knew it wasn't anything special. It was just hard work. They did. For example, they completed more questions. They did more tests than me, and they got better grades at school. Fine, no problem. But my limiting belief was something that was holding me back. And this was one example. Maybe your limiting belief can be, I don't know, for example, I can't, for example, quit playing video games because it is actually kind of good to play 1 hour of video games at the end of the day, for rest when you're tired, when you're back from school, and that's okay, that's fine. All of my friends are playing it. It is we have formed a squad to play together, and all of that are meaningless, boys. They mean nothing. You're wasting your time, especially your limiting beliefs are what is holding you back from your true potential, from your true version. Who has said to you exactly that playing 1 hour of video game is gonna be good? It's gonna be great for me. It is not bad. Who has said this thing? Maybe it's a particular person. Maybe it's your Jeffrey friends or your Jeffrey model on Instagram, on YouTube. But it's not true. Is it true? When you cope and do the bad thing, are you satisfied? No, you're not. You're not. You're not satisfied. So why do you actually try to protect your bad habits, your especially bad habits, from accepting that this is harming you, this is bad for you, that this is something that you should stop doing it because it would damage you. It would damage your brain. Especially in your school, when you have an upcoming exam, you need your full focus. You need your full, actually, mind energy to solve the actually math. For example, let's say you are studying mathematics. You need your full actually mental energy, mental force to go and solve problems on math, on a particular area of math, to get a good grade. So the action step here is for you guys to go and journal. Simply write, what is my limiting belief? What's something that is holding me back from my true potential? What is my true potential? What is my true character that I can be like? For example, if I quit this thing or that thing, how my character is gonna be when or while actually quitting this thing. And ask these questions from yourself and journal and write a few sentences about it, and then come up to a result that I need to change my life, because I don't have too much time for these things. Actually, do I? No, I don't have. I'm a young person. I'm an ambitious person. I have things to do. I wanna make money. I wanna go to the gym. I wanna get the girls. I wanna do everything. Why to stay at home, play video games, and actually blind myself with all of that sort of negative dopamine? What is the reason for that? So once you have identified your limiting beliefs, you ask yourself, what this limiting belief has done for me? Genuinely think to yourself, I am on my own side. I'm on my own side. Why this particular belief should keep me behind of my competitors in school, in everything? Why? What is the reason? Why this thing actually have power over me, have control over me? This limiting belief, this special belief. And the final thing is to break through that belief. Simply break through that belief. It's not that simple. It takes you a lot of hard work, a lot of mental zest to do that. But I guarantee you'll be successful, and you'll at least you'd feel more happy, more purposeful, more enjoyable after you've done this practice, after you have identified your limiting beliefs, and you're thinking to yourself, holy shit, man. Have these limiting beliefs done anything good for me or not? Yeah, and if not, then what's the value of pursuing that thing? And the other thing is the power of beliefs, which I wanted to talk about. Simply, the power of beliefs can't be ignored. because it is a thing that determines your daily actions as you go through life, and doesn't matter in which situation you get, you should have always be on your own side. You should be always have this positive look, this positive mindset that I'm gonna win no matter what. I'm gonna, for example, actually, I have an exam upcoming and I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna actually work hard towards it. I'm gonna win no matter what. And I actually wrote an example, a great example of Andrew Tate when he was in kickboxing career, and he was competing with other guys in a team for winning a particular belt that meant everything for Andrew Tate. Sorry. And he said, in those days when I used to walk into the ring, I used to tell myself, I don't give a shit who is gonna be, who I'm gonna be fighting. If the guy is mafia boss, if the guy is a killer, if the guy, I don't know, if the guy has a gun, if the guy has a knife to hit me, I'm gonna fuck him up. I'm gonna whoop his ass. I'm gonna beat him. No matter what. This is the mindset you should have when you go through life. Because, especially me, sometimes when problems, are ahead of you and they are simply controlling you in specific moments, you're totally sad, depressed, and you naturally gravitate towards giving up. And in this moment, you should remind yourself that actually, no matter what no matter what situation I get into, I'm gonna be the person. I'm gonna be the person which is gonna win this. I know the things I say most YouTubers won't tell you, and I'm sure that a lot of people have already went out of my video, because I know this is a special channel for special people with a special mentality towards life. It is not a mentality which tells you 1 hour of video game at the end of the day won't hurt you. Come on, bro, play 1 hour. No, that 1 hour can be spent on a lot of things, on a lots of things properly. That 1 hour is actually worth to do other things which then will boost your skills in life, not to just sit around and play video games with your friends. Of course, there are gonna be some people which are going to say, "Come on, man, Andrew Tate plays video games," or let's say Elon Musk plays video games. Bro, Elon Musk is Elon Musk. Are you Elon Musk? Answer me this question. Are you Elon Musk? No. So why are you wasting your life? Have this right mindset, and yep, this is all for now. Just goodbye.